demanding the Laotian communist regime to release unconditionally on political prisoners. We would particularly like to bless the cases of Mr. Sombat Songhon, a recipient of the Magsaysay Award in 2005. And the student group who staged the protest in Vientiane in 1999 for demanding democratic reform, and but among people who have been discriminated against for their ethnic minority. We also here demand the Laotian government to respect basic human rights. Religious freedom, freedom of association, freedom of expression, freedom of information for all Laotian people. And we also ask the Laotian government to open up its political system so the people who live in Laos can breathe a free air. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vientiane's anti-democratic policies are mirrored by the regime of its neighbor, Vietnam. We have the same problem. We are facing the same problem. We have to join forces together. And together we have to solve the problem and to free our people. And we strongly believe the Laotian government, the Vietnamese government, the Chinese government, they cannot deny freedom of their own people forever. And we strongly believe, like Dr. Sen said, we are fortunate to live in a free country like in America. We can express our own opinion without being intimidated, harassed, or imprisoned. We have the responsibility to speak for our brothers and sisters back home. They cannot, and we have to help them to get the same freedom that we enjoy now. So together, by joining forces, our voices can be heard better. And together, we can make the difference. Together, we can bring democracy, freedom, stability, and prosperity for Vientiane, for Rangoon, for Hanoi, for Beijing, and everywhere in Asia. In that spirit, I salute the Laotian freedom fighter who are fighting for the sake of freedom, democracy, and human rights. Our event today a very success. Finally, I would like to thank Congressman Quan and his staff for sponsoring and for helping this event, and so that we can use this room, this historic room, for our event, big event today. Thank you very much.
Having taught scholar, a researcher in the clean energy and multi-phase flow system. He's published 90+ scientific papers, 8 patterns of inventions, and 1 college textbook. He is a recipient of the United Nations Lectureship Award, Charles Parman Teaching Excellence Award, and honorary professorship of 5 universities in China and Taiwan. I would like to introduce you to Dr.Sen of China.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Sen, Dr. Quan, Colonel Casey, and fellow ocean leaders and Asian friends, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very honored to be invited to give a brief remark on behalf of Falun Gong practitioners in Washington, D.C. At this Lao Human Rights Conference at the Capitol. I'd like to commend Dr. Sussman, and leader of 6 human rights organizations of Laotian, and for your great efforts and leadership to organize the events today to raise the awareness of human rights and freedoms. And we appreciate this platform of gathering, and we stand in solidarity with you all, and in commemorating those victims of human rights abuses and fighting for basic rights and freedoms for Laos, China, Vietnam, and the Asian countries. I probably will be the only speaker as Chinese Americans. I'd like to bring 2 messages about China which related to you today. First, the ongoing human rights violations of Falun Gong in China in the last 15 years. I am a Falun Gong practitioner. Next Thursday, July 17th, we're going to hold annual rally in the waist long of Capitol outside to commemorate those victims of persecuted Falun Gong practitioners and to commemorate the 15th anniversary of peaceful Falun Gong practitioner for anti-persecution efforts inside China and around the world. And I welcome you to join us too next Thursday at room time. Yeah. As you may know, that severe human rights violations and killings were happening in China against Falun Gong in the past 15 years. 87,000 cases of tortures and inhuman treatments of Falun Gong practitioners were confirmed and reported in 2010 by United Nations, which amounted to 2/3 of all victims of torture in China. Also, there are 450,000 to 1 million Falun Gong practitioners were held in illegal detention across China in any given time in the past decade. Millions lost their life due to persecutions, and millions of families got broken in facing hardship. The persecution of Falun Gong is the largest scale and most brutal human rights atrocity in Chinese history of 5,000 years, and in modern world today. U.S. House Resolution 605 in 2011, U.S. Senate Resolution 232 in 2012, and U.S. House Resolution 281 last year were all to specifically condemn Chinese Communist Party's violation on human rights against Falun Gong and to urge to end its campaign against Falun Gong and to express solidarity of U.S. Congress with those victimized Falun Gong practitioners in China. Recently, there is a growing body of evidence suggests that Falun Gong prisoners of conscience have been killed thousands a year to supply China's organ transplant industry. International condemnations are growing. Recently, there is a passage of a resolution in European Parliament expressing concerns over organ harvesting from Falun Gong practitioners. Similar resolutions, such as Resolution 281 and other legislations that would prohibit organ trafficking and kill on demand for organs from China, have been proposed in many other countries. While most people in the world have enjoyed their freedoms and human rights, over 2 billion people live in Laos, China, Vietnam, North Korea, still suffer from human rights violations and struggle for their basic rights and freedom. We, Chinese, share the same root of culture, traditional value, morality, and belief with Laotians, Vietnamese, and other Asian countries. Unfortunately, we also share the same agony and nightmare of evil communist ruling. Throughout the 20th centuries of communists were marred with lies, tyranny, starvations, tortures, massacres, and death in our homeland. In 65 years of ruling of Chinese Communist Party, it caused an unnatural death of 80 million Chinese, which is larger than all such kind of deaths in 5,000 years of Chinese history. It is more than the casualty of World War I and World War II combined. Plus, there's 320 million unborn babies through forced abortions were killed by the communists in China in the last 30 years. I know communists have done the same in Laos, Vietnam, Cuba, and North Korea. This represents the most darkest and ridiculous page of human history.